Is that the same? Is that the same girl that made the pa 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 party song? That one?
No, this one
It's
I remember I saw it on Jackass, the first movie.
Jesus Christ. What was the song? One more time. Play it again. I
Fuck the
dare
pain
you.
away.
Is that what it's called? Fuck the pain away.
Yeah,
That's a bold choice for
I'm
a
sure we
song.
can use it. I'm pretty sure no one is barking at the door to use it. What, you don't want to start the podcast off with a line like sucking on my titties like you wanted me calling me?
Oh God. See, this is why we'll never get monetized. This is why we'll never grow big.
I'm sorry. My bad for being raw and real.
Where the fuck are the corporate sponsors when we need them? Jesus. Has Jeff from HR contacted you yet?
No. I told
Okay.
him to stop being a pussy and man up.
All right. It's fine. I'll deliver the news. We're canceling your contract.
Woo!
We're canceling your
What about
contract.
all
You're
those
gonna be a free
times that
agent.
you force yourself upon me?
That's a fucking line. You know it. You Alabama piece of shit.
You said not to talk about it, but it made me feel uncomfortable.
I swear to God, Fernie. I swear to God.
I don't think assless chaps are work appropriate attire.
Jeff!
You can edit that out.
I'm gonna put a censor, but I'm gonna keep this part. I'm gonna add a censor to it. Don't worry. But Jesus.
Don't laugh at that, Eddie. Hey, everybody, it's Fernando from the Rollback Podcast, and we are about to review Cobra Kai Season 5. I finished it when it came out. Eddie takes forever to watch it because he thinks he's too cool for it. Let's do this.
Do your intro, Fernie.
I fucking saw this show when it popped out already. Dito's the one that's too cool to watch shows when they premiere.
I'm sorry, I didn't have YouTube Premium. What motherfucker in the
No, I
right mind
meant
has
Season
YouTube?
5, you dumb cunt.
I saw season 5.
When?
I already finished it.
Yeah, barely.
Oh yeah, dude. Do you have
Came out in
any?
September, you dink.
It came out in September.
Yes.
God damn, I did not notice that. Hmm. What was I watching? What have I been watching?
I
Jesus,
don't
I don't
know.
even know.
Whatever makes you too cool to jump on the bandwagon.
I think I've been too into the Halloween hype. The actual Halloween movie, by the way. I love the series, but whatever. So
Came
Cobra
out
Kai
in
season 5.
September.
I know. All right, my attention span's very thin.
That's not the only thing that's thin. Hey,
Fuck you. My hair is growing back actually since
I
I
didn't
quit
say
my
it
old
was your
job.
hair, but nice to know it's what you're insecure about.
No, no, no. For real, since I quit Enterprise, my hair up here is slowly growing back. I shit you
Uh,
not. It feels nice. Oh god. But okay, so season 5. Season 4 ended with what? Miyagi-Do and
Cobra
Eagle
Kai
Fang?
winning uh the tournament, the All
Yeah.
Valley. But as we find out at the end of season 4 that they cheated.
Yeah. And they bring back Chosen at the end of season 4. Chosen was teased as like a major character in season 5, which they did deliver.
Uh-huh.
And
We also deal with the
Miguel?
aftermath of Robbie and
Hawk?
Johnny reconciling, finally coming to terms with being father and son.
So yeah, season 4 ends Robbie reconciling with his father, Miguel going to Mexico to meet his dad, um, the LaRoute Chosen being brought in, Silver, Kreese going to jail,
Uh,
Silver taking over Cobra Kai and beginning this world domination bit. So season 5 kicks off with I think Miguel, right? Like they're in Mexico.
Yeah, the first two episodes are the Mexico episodes where Johnny and Johnny and fucking
Miguel.
no, his son Robbie.
Oh,
Johnny and
Robbie.
Robbie are going to Mexico City to go get Miguel.
Arguably his
Granted,
actual son.
huh?
Arguably his actual son. I'm just saying.
And Robbie doesn't realize that that's what they're going to do until like well into the trip.
What's it called? And it's weird to see Blue Beetle like looking for his father. Um, and initially, like I thought he was a cartel guy. Like they kind of let off with that.
Yeah, uh, cartel guy or just a general bad dude. And then when we meet him, he doesn't come off as a bad dude. He comes off as this, like this, I don't know, family guy.
Yeah, he comes off as this just normal, but like he becomes like he's more of a crook, like a jump dad. If that makes sense.
No, I think he like hosts backyard fights and shit.
But like I mean, he was ready to ditch though. Like the second any trouble showed up, like he was like, "Nah, I'm out."
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
what
I
about
mean
your wife and your kid?
he was running illegal fights.
I mean, yeah, but like that's I don't know, man. Somehow it's worse that he's also like wanting to skip out on his wife and kid for a few weeks.
He didn't. Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't his kid.
Oh wait, I thought that was his. That was his son. No, that was his stepson.
Yeah, that was his stepson. He said that was the kid from a previous marriage.
Ah, okay, gotcha. My bad. Still a piece of shit, but whatever. Um, and I'm surprised that Miguel didn't beat the shit out of those guys when they like jacked his backpack. But I was like, okay, I guess he has a bad back. That's fair.
No, I just think like he didn't know like what these guys were about.
That's true. That's fair. Um, Johnny saves him, and he like Miguel like is crying on the phone, and again, it's like your heart gets broken. Of like, man, like he can't. Like it always hurts with Miguel. Like, do you remember the scene in season 4 when Miguel puts Johnny in bed and Johnny says, I love you like a son. I love you, right? Something. Good night,
Oh
Robbie.
yeah.
Dude, that tore my
Uh
heart up.
yeah, not Robbie. Miguel's putting Johnny to bed after he's drunk.
Yeah.
And yeah, he says Robbie. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Miguel like was sad because I mean, you can't really fault him. Like that is his son. It made Miguel want to like find out who his dad is.
Yeah. And unfortunately, his dad's a piece of shit.
Yeah, his
But
mom was right to hide him from him.
yeah. But then, and if I'm not mistaken, at the very beginning, at that point, that's when Larusso and Chosen start their like unholy war with Silver. Am I right?
Yeah, Larusso and Chosen are going to war with Cobra Kai to stop them from spreading. I guess spreading past the valley. So what they first try to do is they try to pretty much infiltrate by using Chosen as a Trojan horse, saying that he's this renowned sensei from Japan, and he is, but they use a different name.
And they're trying to Trojan horse this, and Silver can. What is it like the second episode? He's able to be like bullshit,
Yeah,
and
he picks up on it because he does this he gives him a drink and he's like every time I've ever given this drink to someone from that part of the world that you say you are from, they cheers, but you didn't.
yeah.
Basically the old
And
Inglorious Bastards thing.
I was gonna say that the three with the three or the
Yeah.
three, yeah. Uh, and he like props to them, man. Like that's a very subtle thing, but I mean, cool writing. I'll give him that. Cool writing.
Hmm.
Um, and then I think by this point, Johnny, he's kind of like done with karate. Like by like
Yeah.
episode 4 or 5, he's like, dude, I got spoiler a family. Like I'm building a family, and I got a kid on the way. Which
Yeah, when he gets back from Mexico, the mom pretty much tells him like, "Hey, I'm late. Like, I think I'm pregnant." And then they go get her tested. She ends up being pregnant, and Johnny's like, "Oh shit! Like, I'm gonna be a dad
Yeah,
again."
and there's some character development there because he tries to get his shit together. Like he tries doing Lyft and Uber Eats. He tries getting a job. I thought he was gonna get a job at a pawn shop or as like a bouncer or something, but
Hmm.
he's trying to get his shit together because he wants to be a good dad. Like solid character development for
Yeah,
him.
yeah, and like he knows that not Johnny, Miguel and Robbie fucking hate each other. So he's like, well, they have to work out their shit too because if I'm having a kid and Robbie's my son and Miguel is going to be my kid's brother, like they have to get along.
Yeah. Um, it's nuts. It's almost it's not the same thing, but like they've been on such opposite sides of the spectrum. It's like almost like Goku and Vegeta. Like there's beef. There's a lot of beef there.
Yeah.
But when they get on the same side, it's like, oh shit! Like people are in trouble if these two are on the same page.
Yeah, and there's never really instances where there hasn't been instances where they're on the same page. Like this is the first time that they're on the same page.
Yeah. Props to the writers, man. They take a lot of the shit that happened in the first four seasons, and you think, oh, they're just gonna start repeating themselves.
Hmm.
No, no, they flip it on its head. From Robbie and Miguel, they duke it out and they just let it all out. Like they talk about the problems. Like it gets to a
Yeah.
point. There's a point where I think Hawk is giving Robbie shit. Like you're with Cobra Kai, yeah. So were you, bitch. Like
It was Dimitri.
yeah, I thought it was Hawk.
No, no, yeah, but Dimitri's the one that said, "So were you." Like you were both Cobra Kai assholes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they a lot of that stuff they subvert because they don't use the same shit that they used all the fucking time, and I appreciate that. I like that.
Hmm. And then I guess the other biggest character development is Tori
Yeah.
because Tori has to deal with knowing that Terry cheated to win the All Valley, and you could tell like that she's also conflicted. Like she's like, this was supposed to be the best day of my life, and this guy ruined it for me.
Hmm. Yeah. And she has like a secret like a pat with Crease, right? Like as far as
Well,
he's
yeah, because Kreese was the only one that was like looking out for her.
yeah.
Because remember that time in season three where I want to say it was season three, where she's gonna get kicked out of her apartment.
The guy was being a real creep with her. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like trying to hit on her, and she's underage, and Kreese pretty much like bent his arm backwards and was like, "You're letting her stay here."
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, Tori, she built up a lot in this one. Also, she's not the same, just like angry for
And
anger's
yeah,
sake.
yeah, she's a lot different in this one. She's actually like you can see her questioning like, is this really the right thing to do? Like Terry's obviously not a good guy, and Robbie's not there anymore. So like all of her friends are pretty much gone.
She's alone at Cobra Kai, and it's getting to her more mentally than it used to because she knows like she's not doing the right thing. She's
Yeah,
trying to be like a spy, but like she's on her own. A lot.
yeah.
She's on her own.
And a lot of the Cobra Kai people are just straight up dicks. Like the Asian kid that popped out in the first season as the bully.
Yeah.
Like he's a fucking dillhole. Kenny is just annoyingly a dick.
Um.
Kenny
Well,
has that energy of the kid who was picked on and then finally like grew up and now he's just a huge dick to everybody.
I'm sorry, man. Give me one sec. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
What is this? And we interrupt this broadcast of the rollback to remind you that if you knock on someone's door and they tell you that they're not interested in health insurance, don't fucking go back and knock again and be like, but I got a really good deal for you.
Yeah.
Fucking knobs. All right, so we were talking about Tori.
No, Kenny, how like
Kenny.
he's just like Honestly, his character in this fucking season was annoying as shit.
Remember, Kenny's the one where his brother's in juvie, right? That Robbie
Yeah,
like had his back. Okay, yeah. Um, man, I like I get it. I get it. LaRusso, someone's a dick to you. Fair enough. But at some point, he needs to be like, all right, I beat the shit out of this kid enough. Like
yeah,
he overdid it.
yeah. What
Um,
did Oh, and then so yeah, we get through the new Cobra Kai, who's they're kind of nobodies. You don't really care about the new Cobra Kai because there's not really, aside from Kenny, there's not really anyone in there that you're like, oh, cool. Except for maybe the girl that was an Eagle Fang.
yeah, the
Um, and
he,
even then, like that doesn't last long. Um, so yeah, so Cobra Kai brings in these senseis, and they're really trying to toughen up Cobra Kai. Um, they're really trying to make them the best of the best. Meanwhile, Daniel is trying to get Johnny back into taking down Cobra Kai. And at that point, Daniel fights Terry Silver and gets his ass whipped.
and it was weird because Daniel, he would think he's younger, better. Like you would think he'd be, on his shit, but
Yeah,
it's just psychological. I think at that point, like he's trying to fight his tormentor, which is weird because I thought that was Johnny Lawrence. Him and Johnny Lawrence
yeah,
just had beef, but Silver like mentally fucked with this kid.
yeah. And that in that movie Karate Kid 3, yeah, like Terry Silver pretty much tries to make Daniel into this angry like fighter.
See, I had no idea about that. Like I had never seen Karate Kid one, two, or like I haven't seen any of them other than the original.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, the fact that they keep going back, but is have they emptied the well as far as going back to old characters? Like Chosen was from I
Uh
think Karate Kid 2.
I think so, because they even brought in the chick from Teen Witch as the cousin of the wife.
Oh yeah, was that a big deal? Because like
She was the love interest in Karate Kid 3.
okay, yeah. See, I didn't.
So that I'm
It felt like
assuming
that was
that's how
supposed to be.
Daniel met his wife.
I'm gonna assume you're right, man, because it felt like the show tried making it a big deal, but I didn't give a fuck, and
Well,
now they're making.
they showed clips.
I don't. I don't remember
Yeah,
seeing a
exactly.
clip.
You didn't pay attention, you piece of shit.
I
Yeah,
paid attention. I don't remember the scene in clip
they
though.
showed clips of her from Karate Kid 3.
Wait, oh, it
Yeah,
was she was
she's
getting kicked around.
no, when she's like, no, Daniel was turning angry.
Oh, see, I was paying
Yeah,
attention to the Russo. I didn't
yeah.
notice. Huh. Okay, that's fair.
And she's also what's her face's sister? The one that's married to Ryan Reynolds.
Blake Lively.
Yeah, that's her older sister.
Damn, I wonder how it feels being knowing that your sister's more famous than you ever will be.
I
Is Blake
mean, she
Lively
was a
famous?
fucking thing in the 80s, dude. Like it's not like she wasn't. It's just that they were born like over almost 20 years apart.
Oh, because I was just thinking, like, wait a second. She was a thing in the 80s. How old is Blake Lively?
Yeah, they
Okay.
were born like 20 years apart.
Shit. Ugh. Yeah, you do you. However fucking old you want to be when you have kids.
Yeah.
Um,
And so yeah, Daniel gets his ass kicked. The wife comes back from her little retreat because she's done with karate. She's like, I'm fucking done with this shit. I'm not doing it anymore. And then she comes back. She finds Daniel all fucked up. Uh, and then they reach out to Johnny. Johnny finally is game to
yeah.
take on Cobra Kai again.
Well, like it's weird because there's one episode where Larusso and his wife, Daniel and his wife, are at a charity event hosted by Silver,
Yeah,
and his wife kind of is. I get it, you're done with karate, but also like there's like a code there between like spouses or partners of like, hey, there's a handful of people on a list where it's hands on site, no questions asked.
yeah,
And Silver's on that list. So no matter what, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
And it kind of frustrated me a bit that his wife wasn't immediately like on the defensive.
Well, what'd you think about for me, I thought one of the best team ups was Chosen and Johnny.
Oh, I loved it. I loved every single time that they were together. Like,
Yeah.
are we jumping around like the two fights that they had?
Uh well, let's finish the breakdown of the season. So yeah, they finally join forces. They bring back their students,
Mm-hmm.
and they start teaching them pretty much Eagle Fang, Chosen's way, and Daniel's way.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much making an amalgam of what's going on. And they find out from Kreese that um, Terry Silver's master plan is to get Cobra Kai into this world karate tournament to really showcase Cobra Kai and pretty much make Cobra Kai a global brand.
Which I mean, like at this point, there was some of the dialogue here where it was like, okay, come on, come on.
I mean, dude,
I
it's a
know,
fake show. No one fucking talks about karate.
I know, but like the way, like there was one line that Sam even said where it's like, so if they win, like they will be all over the planet and no one will be safe. Like no one in this world will be safe from them.
Well,
It's
you
like
also have to remember, like, this is
ah.
also, it seems like a world where MMA isn't even a thing.
See, I was waiting for that to happen, where it's like Kreese was going to bring in some kind of like mixed martial artist, like enforcer.
Well,
That's
there
what
is a UFC fighter as one of his senseis,
I didn't pick up on that. Was
the
that the
black
dude that?
dude,
Oh, see, I didn't pick up on that. Who was it?
Tyrone Woodley. He was a former welterweight champion.
See, I was about to ask you if he was any good. I'm gonna assume he was.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
I believe it. But so he has also he makes this deal with this lady to like help bring her uncles or her
Oh yeah, I
fathers.
think she's like the granddaughter or the
Yeah.
niece of the uncle that taught Terry Silver like his karate.
Yes. Yes. And she like there's like this deal where it's like okay, we're gonna make it global. Um, and it's this weird. I'm willing to bet she's gonna be the villain of season 6. By the way, like
More than
spoilers,
likely.
spoilers. But yeah. Um, and she's trying to make these kids these students as vicious as possible. They're training up. They plan to enter this world karate tournament, like you said.
Yeah, I was
And
about to do an Asian accent, but I know that you would be flipping the fuck out.
I
Like,
wouldn't flip the fuck
no,
out. I
don't do it.
I wouldn't flip the fuck out, but I would edit that out real quick.
And it'd just be beeping the entire time.
I'd be like, oh, son of a bitch. Me.
Hey, if the fucking Asian guy who plays Chosen can do a fake Asian accent, why can't I?
Because yeah, we're not equipped to have this conversation, Fernie. Um, that's fucking said. You son of a bitch. That said, there's this. Uh, the gauntlet is thrown. Like basically, we're gonna go toe to toe. We're gonna have a show. Like we're gonna
Yeah,
present to these people.
they crash Cobra Kai's showcase
Yeah.
so that they can make their case to be involved in this tournament. And in doing so, they basically show like, oh, like this weird school that has three different styles being taught, like is actually pretty good. And that's not really seen, like a karate where three styles are being taught. So they're in the showcase, we find out Terry paid the fucking ref again. Uh, but this time Sam gets her revenge and she wins.
Mm, I I I think maybe there's gonna be one fight. Like there has to be one more fight in
Oh well,
the
yeah, but this is like a small like win, especially because Terry was cheating again the same way.
yeah. That's fair. But just God damn it. Um, I really wanted her rematch with Tori. Obviously, though, Tori couldn't be there, and she. Oh, no, she left. Wait, no, that's right. During the
Yeah,
showcase, she left.
yeah,
So Tori fucks off. Sam wins, and they
yeah,
decide that they're gonna have both karate schools in the world tournament.
yeah. And then after that, Sam finds out from Tori that Terry cheated. And she kind of blows up at Tori, like, you fucking coward, like, why didn't you say anything? And then finally Sam does what everyone had done at that point and goes to Tori's apartment and finds out like, oh shit, like this chick has like a rough house life.
Yeah.
Like the mom even showed up there last season.
It, remind me, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Didn't Tori have like a little brother in the first season, and then they just kind of like
Yeah.
cut him out?
Yeah, she did. I don't know what happened to him. Dead probably. She probably ate him.
Wait, wasn't there what fucking show was it where they had like a little sister and then they just like forgot about her?
Uh
That 70s show.
oh, I thought you were gonna say Family Matters.
Maybe Family Matters too. That
They
70s
got rid
show.
of her too, and then the actress went on to do porn.
Ah, good for her.
I guess.
You live your life. You live your life however the
Um,
fuck you want.
but yeah, so she finally goes to Tori's place, finds out like, oh shit, like Tori actually has a shitty life, and they forgive and forget. um, okay, and then they go celebrate. Daniel LaRusso, Chosen, Johnny, Johnny's girlfriend. They go celebrate and they go get fucking hammered. And then they get kidnapped.
Which honestly, I thought that was gonna end in like a car crash. I was sure that was gonna be like, oh
Yeah,
fuck.
I thought so too.
Kind of wish it had, but that's just me.
And then turns out Mike Barnes from Karate Kid 3 kidnapped them because he was very pissed off at Daniel. Granted, he shouldn't have really been pissed off at him. It was all Terry's fault. Because Terry Silver burned down his business as retaliation. And they're all drunk except for Mike.
Who's
And they're
on
all
something
like,
else, man? He is on
yeah.
something.
Oh, he's on anger.
Yeah,
Uh and then like they're like, well, fuck it. Like, we know where he lives. Let's go kick this guy's ass. And
sounds
so
like.
Chosen, Johnny, and Mike decided to take the limo and go beat the shit out of Terry Silver.
Which, by the way, folks, real quick, Mike Barnes' whole problem could have been avoided. If you have a business, get insurance, get fire insurance, especially if it's a furniture store with a bunch of wood lying around. For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they go to Terry Silver's place, and simultaneously while this is happening, um, the kids, like Tori, kind of spills the beans on everything. They formulate a plan and they infiltrate Cobra Kai Tower,
Yeah,
Nakatomi
they're
Tower.
they're gonna go show the world like, oh, like they cheated because they have it on tape.
Yeah. Well, no, remember initially they were going to show the fact that not Crease, Silver beat the shit out of Stingray and told him to
Oh
lie and
yeah.
say it was
Look, see, I
Crease.
always thought that was weird. That's what they went in for, and then they steal that other one.
I mean, I guess it makes. I guess, man. Stingray had like a weird almost redemption arc, but not really.
Well, I guess they also didn't want to release Kreese from prison.
That's true. I mean, it would have been more interesting to have him, break out. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I legit thought he was dead though. Like when the episode began, it begins with Kreese being like, "I'm gonna die here. Like I've accepted my fate." He tries to like break up a fight and he gets like stabbed. And they're
Hmm.
playing "My Way," which is a famous like funeral song for douchebags. So I thought, oh, hey, they killed Kreese.
Hmm.
No, no, they didn't. But
Yeah,
anyway,
and then so yeah. Uh while they go do that, a fight ensues at Terry Silver's place. Drunken Johnny, drunken Chosen, and pumped up Mike start fucking up his senseis.
I mean, dude, to be fair, when they were sober at the
Uh-huh.
dojo, they could barely hold off one of Terry Silver's senseis. And drunk, somehow, Johnny's able to hold off four of them for a while at least, like to his credit.
Hey,
Uh,
when you're drunk, you don't give a shit.
Dude, he got the shit. I think that's the most like that. That's the most one-sided. Not one-sided. That's a lie. The biggest ass whooping anyone's taken in this entire show, and I'm
Well,
including
I thought he was
Miguel fighting
gonna
his dad.
die.
Dude, I didn't think he was gonna die, but I thought they were gonna cripple his ass. Like,
Yeah, it was getting to that point where it was like, all right, I think they're taking it a little too. I think they're taking that whole trespassing thing a little too far.
is California a
Because
stand your ground state?
I don't think so. And yeah, like they're pretty much about to fucking kill him until like Johnny has a second wind of, oh shit, I'm gonna be a dad,
Um,
and fucks up every single one of those senseis.
and then fucking Bucky Barnes shows up out. I know his name isn't actually Bucky Barnes. I'm just joking. But Barnes fucking shows up out of nowhere, takes down one of them, and it's like, yeah, I helped. And Barnes is like, I did most of the work.
Chosen gets fucking sliced by Terry
That was a
with
pretty good fight, though.
a sword.
Yeah, I mean, it's nasty. It's because he hesitated, right? He was like, all right, I'm done kicking your ass. He
Yeah.
turns his back, and then Terry fucking sliced him from behind.
And yeah, well, let's talk about how the fucking chick sensei starts beating the shit out of Tori and the other chick.
Dude, Tori has a broken hand during this fight. Like, that's not message enough of like these are bad people.
What about assault on a minor?
That I mean, she is kind of a karate champ. I mean, I'm
That's
fucking with you.
assault on a minor.
I mean, trespassing.
And she does the whole like, but yeah, that chick is a fucking bitch the entire time. Like, she basically like, come on, hurt yourself. That'll make you better.
Break your hand, your bones will be stronger. I know from experience. No, they
Like,
won't.
hey, I don't think that's how you're supposed to train.
Hey, I don't think you're supposed to punch stone repeatedly over and over and over again.
Yeah, she's fucking retarded. And oh, what, I said the R word. Don't flinch on that one.
I didn't even notice that. I was like, nah, that's his sword to die on.
She's slow when it comes to training techniques. That's what that word means.
Totally, that's exactly what Fernando meant. He meant nothing else by it.
Exactly. But yeah, she's horrible. Like all she wants to do is make these kids hurt. And so yeah, the fight ensues at Cobra Kai. They leak the footage, and the Cobra Kai like karate fighters like get a change of heart. They're like, oh shit, like this guy's a fucking cheater.
Yeah, like
Um,
which surprised me. I thought they'd be like, fuck it, whatever it takes to win. Like
I
New
think it's
England,
because like you're
fuck it. If
sold.
you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Well, I think it's because they're sold on like, oh, we're the best. But it's like, are you the best? I mean, you're this guy cheated.
That's yeah, no, that's fair. Actually, that actually kind of makes sense as to why they didn't want to join him anymore.
Yeah, and so they pretty much like disband. Um, and then yeah, we cut to the scene where they find out that Kreese is quote unquote dead, but he's not. He escaped from prison.
Yeah, and see, I want to know what the fuck's gonna go on with that. Is he coming back for revenge or what?
That is an interesting one because it's just like, what are they gonna do? Like, is he gonna fucking pop up? Because he's gonna be on the run.
I mean, Tori's on probation. I'm pretty sure she can't deal with it.
Oh yeah, I forgot that she's still on probation.
I don't
Robbie
even remember
too.
because she mentioned it too.
Yeah, Robbie too. Robbie's still on probation. I don't think he was supposed to leave the country.
Oh, what if Kreese kidnaps Johnny's kid?
Maybe.
LaRusso fucked him over. I love that part.
Oh yeah. It
Oh
didn't say like go fuck yourself or like fuck you motherfucker.
yeah, go fuck yourself, motherfucker, something like that. Which is also, I think they upped the rating on this one because it's not
Well,
PG
it's
13.
Netflix, dude.
I mean, but they were always very careful to not show drugs or not too much blood. And this one, fucking
They
a dude
showed
gets his fingers
booze.
cut off.
They showed underage drinking.
They've never showed underage drinking.
Yes,
Oh
they
wait,
have.
you're right, you're right. But they showed it in a negative light because you're not supposed to drink kids.
Yeah. Um so what did you think of this season?
Um. Also, real quick, I'll keep talking, but I'm probably gonna have to send you a second invite so we can finish this up. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Honestly, solid character progression from everyone. They avoided like all the bullshit I was calling in the first four seasons. In this fifth one, they were like, "Nah, we're not gonna do that again." Like they talked their problems out. They talked out their issues. They fucking Miguel and Sam got back together. Tor and Robbie got back together. Kenny saw what a piece of shit he was being. Like, A lot of my complaints were fixed. They didn't go. They could have gone back to the well of Johnny and LaRusso like fighting. Oh, my style's better. No, my style's better. They were actively
Hmm.
like, no, we need to work together. I
Yeah.
appreciated that. I appreciate all that. What about you? What do you think of this season? You're clearly a bigger fan than I am of this series.
I mean, shout out to fucking Cobra Kai being the most efficient Netflix show. First and foremost, shout out to Cobra Kai being the most efficient Netflix show. I mean, granted, when they were bought by Netflix, they had already had season three like made.
Really? I thought they
Yeah.
only had two seasons out, and then Netflix bought them for season three.
No, they had it made already, but it was YouTube that decided not to go forward with shows anymore.
Huh? And do they still make shows? I don't remember if Netflix
No,
still does.
no, YouTube doesn't make shows anymore.
I mean, what other shows did they have? They had Wayne. I remember that, but I don't remember anything else that Netflix ever really produced.
They had a bunch of like random shows and then like a bunch of creator shows, but like it just never panned out. And so they had season three made. Netflix bought it. Netflix just had to convert it into different languages, and then it popped out. I want to say it was like Christmas or near Christmas or like near the end of the year of 2019.
Mhm.
And then they popped out season four uh during COVID. Um and then they popped out this one. Season four came out like in
Last year, no?
yeah,
It came out. So they're having about what, one season a year?
yeah.
Which, I mean, by the time Stranger Things ends, we'll probably have like three more seasons of the show.
Oh yeah, because I'm pretty sure the last season of Stranger Things is gonna be a two-parter.
Which also, did you hear? Side note that Netflix is gonna start doing weekly releases instead of full-on releases, or there's
Well,
talks of them doing that.
that's stupid.
Well, can I tell you why I think they're gonna do it?
It's stupid. You could tell me,
Shareholders,
I just still think it's stupid.
shareholders. Like, you know how they did Stranger Things Part One and Part Two. Part Two released right after a quarterly announcement. No, wait, I think it was either right before or right after quarterly announcement, so they could announce that they still had a shit ton of subscribers. Like,
Mm.
they're planning these releases around those quarterly earning calls. Um, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do the weekly thing, just so that way they can release a hot show right around a quarter. Subscribers are up. Hey, guys, we're good. Subscribers can go back down, and then by the end of the next quarter, shooting back up. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying that that's what the fuck they're doing.
It
Uh,
makes sense, but I mean, for me, I'm just like, ah, it's whatever. But
yeah.
yeah, shout out to fucking Cobra Kai being efficient because like they've been popping out some pretty solid seasons. And then me personally, I thought this season was really good. I like season four. I like season five. Also, I liked how just everything like finally is coming full circle. The bullshit is getting pushed to the side, and like people are putting aside their differences to finally like come together and be efficient.
Um,
Hey, baby boo.
any fucking way, you piece of shit. We oh yeah, final thoughts.
Me personally, I really did enjoy the season. I thought they did really well, especially adding Chosen in finally as like a main character. Seeing the progression of him and Johnny together, which was just always great to see. Seeing Mike Barnes again. Um, I guess like the only well that they have left to dive into is the next Karate Kid, the movie that came out with Hilary Swank.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say I've actually heard that like she might be coming back. Is there any truth to that, or is that just horseshit?
I mean, I'm pretty sure like there's no like for sure that she's not coming back.
I mean, I see it. I can see it happening. Like, why wouldn't she want to come back for a very popular show? She might be the most expensive actor on the cards. Like, she's a big name.
Not anymore, dude. She's kind of like fell off.
I don't know, man. I think partially because of all the credit card
No,
ads that she's been doing, like she's
don't get me
making solid
wrong.
money.
Like she is an Oscar-winning actress, but I mean, she hasn't really done shit like in the past like 10 years.
But I think part of that is because she doesn't have to. Like she doesn't have to work that hard for her money
Doesn't
anymore.
have to, or she's not getting roles anymore.
Mm, a lot of philanthropy. I'm looking at her animal advocacy. Da, da,
The last
da.
thing I remember seeing her in was Logan Lucky.
She's according to this, she's said that she's not really taking roles anymore. That she has to. She does roles that she wants to do. Like she'll do something different rather than having. So I think she's just in that position. Like maybe she just doesn't want to. She wants to take roles that she likes rather than roles that pay the big bucks. And who
Maybe.
knows? Maybe she'll come back for season 6 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
What if she?
Um,
No, she would
I'm,
be the good guy. I was gonna say, what
I'm,
if she's the villain? But no, she'd be the good guy
I mean, I'm pretty sure the next season is gonna be the last one.
because it's a world tournament.
I mean, I would think so.
I mean, the thing is though, okay, if you're Netflix, be real with me. If you're Netflix, do you want in the same year, possibly, to lose Cobra Kai and Stranger Things? Like these are two anchor shows that I would argue. Like we're in Netflix's golden age.
No, I'd say this show was solid. I'd give it a solid 4 out of 5.
Actually has a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I would give this solid A. I would rewatch this season. I
Yeah,
don't know if it's the strongest season. I think that still might be season 2, but A, honestly, really good.
yeah.
Um, Let me see. What are we doing next week? Did you want to do an old school horror film?
We could do an old school horror film.
All right, take your pick. You want to do? Hey, do you want to do the OG Halloween?
Sure.
Fuck it, we're gonna go see Halloween Ends.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's go back to the beginning. Fuck it.
I don't think I've ever seen the original one.
Really? Uh,
I think I maybe have like once, but
huh.
other
Uh,
than that, I can't really recall.
Look, I'll give it credit for this. The their the OG Halloween is the only original horror film of like Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers. Like it's the only one with that actually had a something that scared me, like a pop up scare, not pop up, but a scare. And I was 28 when I saw it. Like I was here in bed watching it. Nikki was asleep next to me. I was like, oh fuck, because I didn't see
Wow,
Michael Myers
you
coming.
pussy.
No, fuck you, dude. Like it holds up. I think of all the original like slashers, I think Halloween might be the one that holds up the most.
Eh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but that'll be next week, folks. That said, Fernie, you want to sign us off?
Sure. Thank you for joining us at the rollback. This was our review of Cobra Kai season 5. Catch us wherever you get your podcast needs: Google, Spotify, Apple, anywhere you get your podcast needs. That is where we are. I'm Fernando,
I've been Eddie.
and this was a review of Cobra Kai season 5. Let's cut it.